Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I'm Donna, and today I am here with the amazing May Davis. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'm so glad you're able to join us today, and you're staying warm in the cold Canadian winter.
You got it. Yeah, I'm upstairs. Got a fire going. It's can't be better than this.
Well, I can try to send some warm weather up. I'm not sure if it'll get there, but I can mean well to do so.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Oh, so we like to start with the most difficult question ever.
Hit me.
Who is May Davis?
Oh, that is hard. Oh, great question. Who is May Davis? May Davis is a evolution of a singer-songwriter. A couple years ago, I changed my artist name to reflect this kind of evolution of more blues, gritty kind of music that I've been starting to do. So she is I love talking about her in a different perspective, but yeah, she is a go-getter, whiskey, cigar loving, outlaw folk musician who lives in the mountains in British Columbia and gets a lot of her inspiration from this very transient town and a beautiful community and a very supportive community, which has been great. So May Davis is just simmering in support, which is lovely. So she's a bit of I don't even know what you'd call her. She likes to sing and play for people.
Oh, I love that description. Oh. So let's talk about most recent release because we want to get straight to it.
Totally.
Back Pocket.
Yep. I'm so happy. That this song is out there. I wrote this song years ago based on a love story I had, a small town love story. I grew up in a very small community in Southern Ontario. And slim pickings, I always say, in terms of the finding partners and things like that. So I had this lovely partner in high school, and we parted ways when I went to university. And years later, we connected at a friend's cabin, and we just got to talking. And he was like, "Do you think we would have been happy if we stayed together all those years ago?" And I was just like, "No, bro, no, I don't think we would." I've grown so much. I'm a totally different person than I was when I was in high school. As we all grow, we all evolve. So the song, it definitely has that theme of evolution, growth over time, how we kind of change, and it's told by the perspective of the female in this song. And there's a couple little details in the tune, like a little tarnished locket, and just keeping this idea of a fantasized love story in your back pocket and kind of holding it there and in the hope that maybe one day it'll reopen again.
It's beautiful. I loved it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, so I'm glad that you brought up the inspiration behind it, because that was going to be my next question. So
I beat you to it, Donna.
I know you're just like right on the ball. So here I'm just like slacking off, I have some questions I want to ask you, and you're just like going, and I'm like, okay, so yeah, we're good.
You're doing great.
So tell me, who are some of the women that inspire you?
Oh man, there's no shortage of women that inspire me in music. I think first and foremost, my mom. She's an amazing singer. She gigs more than I do, so she definitely keeps the musical flame in our family alive. And songwriters, singers, female vocalists. I love Norah Jones, Janis Joplin. Joni Mitchell was one of my first influences when I was a teenager, learning how to play guitar. So she was a big one for me. Stevie Nicks, like I love Grace Slick, Nancy Sinatra, like Amy Winehouse. The list just goes on and on, but I think those are my top 10.
Yeah. I'll start that next time. Tell me your top 10 women. Yeah.
Top 10, yeah, for sure. Just tell me one person, I'll give you 10, Donna. Giving you 10.
It's all good. All good, May. Oh. So, awesome. What does the rest of this year look like as far as new releases? Is this Back Pocket can be the only new release, or are you planning on doing some more?
Yeah, I've got a couple more tunes to come out. So I have a song called Oceanside coming out in March, April, and then I've got Black Widow. It's my blues song that also has a corresponding music video, and that's coming out in May. I'm really excited about that. We filmed that at a heritage town just west of Revelstoke. So it's pretty dark. It's all about like female empowerment in the face of, adversity, abuse, all the things. And I'm really excited. It's going to be a really amazing start to 2023. I'm really, really stoked about it. And I've got some great support from Creative BC. They're a big support of music and musicians in British Columbia. So they've been supporting this project. So I'm really, really thrilled to have them on board. But yeah, we got some more songs coming at you in the new year.
Definitely excited. Good stuff.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
Would you like to do our 13 crazy questions?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, it used to be 20, but we had to cut it down to 13. It was too weird. Some of them were like, did I just ask that before? So I was like, yeah, we're cutting it down. So
let's do it.
Tell me, do you have any guilty pleasure music?
Ooh, yes. Old school hip hop.
Nice. Any in particular that's like today was on your playlist that?
Ooh, I don't know. I listened to my friend's a local DJ in town, Dalla Hills, and I listened to a lot of her mixes, and they have some really good, like, it's like this beautiful flavor of like, 80s, 90s hip hop, some reggae, some kind of good feeling, get you out of bed in the morning kind of vibe, which I love.
I think I should set that as my new alarm.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Oh, okay. So finish this statement. Today, my favorite song is.
Oh, today, my favorite song is Roll On My Friend by Ferris and Jason Romero.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What are the top 2 concerts you've ever attended?
Ooh, I love these questions. I would say Gillian Welch and David Rawlings in San Diego, and I'm gonna say Don Tyler Watson and Paul Delorier at the Mount Tremblant Blues Festival.
Beautiful. Will you tell us or recommend for us music that we need to listen to before we die? A couple artists, maybe an album.
Oh, I love this. I think like Ferris and Jason Romero are two of my my favorite little group duo going these days. I also really love it's two friends of mine. They're in a band called $1 Million in Pennies. They're from Vancouver. They're a couple that write and record the most beautiful, uplifting, poetic music. So if you don't know $1 Million in Pennies, check out their music. And I really like. I'm a big rock and roll blues person as well, so I've been really getting back into the band Free, and also listening to The Band as well, the classic The Band. So check out those old classics if you return to them if they're on your regular rotation.
How beautiful. Tell me something on your bucket list.
Oh, my bucket list. I really want to spend a year in the Yukon.
That sounds interesting for sure.
Very different from Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, I always joke about it's always hot here and I miss the cold, but like that's too cold for me. Like there's that happy median of cold where, like 50 to 75, like that is like the ideal cold for me. So I can throw on jeans, a sweatshirt, maybe shorts and a sweatshirt, maybe, maybe a t-shirt and jeans, that kind of weather. So
Totally. Well, it's funny, on my bucket list, if you asked me last year this time, I would say to play at the Caslow Jazz Festival, but I did that last summer, so I can take it off of my list. But the Yukon is my new bucket list.
Awesome. And don't forget to add more things to your bucket list, You can never have too many things. And always add more.
Oh, I love that.
If we make a movie about your life tomorrow, who would you want to play you?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who would I want to play me? I would say, that's a really hard question, Donna. I would say Evangeline Lilly. Let's say her. Because she's great. She's badass.
Okay, now this next one might be a little difficult. I'm not sure because I've heard some really great answers on this. Do you have a game plan for zombie apocalypse?
Hopefully by the time that time comes around, I will be living on an off-grid farm in the middle of the bush, and I will be a absolute master of martial arts and firearm usage. So I'm feeling pretty confident about the zombie apocalypse, Donna. And I'm also an aspiring beekeeper. So I will train my bees to attack all zombies that approach my little off-grid farm. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm ready for it. Yeah.
Perfect. I had another Canadian tell me that they were going to go to mountains or whatever. And I was thinking, when you said the Yukon, I was like, wait, it's snowy there and they've never seen zombies in a snow movie. I'm like, I'm going to think of it. You're right. They're always in like tropical climates or I don't know, wherever, dry climates or whatever. But I'm like, I've never really seen in snow.
It's so funny because we, in Revelstoke, we don't plan for the zombie apocalypse. We plan for the dam breaking. So we have a massive hydroelectric dam in town. So that's kind of the coffee house conversation you'll hear is like, where will you go when the dam breaks? And it's like, we actually won't have any time. So it's a running joke in Revelstoke is where are you going to go and how are you going to survive when the dam breaks? So yeah,
that's good to know.
It's a good challenge for me, Donna. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Tell me something you would never do.
Ooh, I would never jump into a pit with snakes.
That's a good one. Well,
not that that was ever voluntary, but if it was, no.
I feel some word survivor show coming up here, like,
Yeah, no, that's nightmare status for me.
So hypothetically, if I called you up and said, hey, May, I have a dead body, I need to hide it. Do you know a good place?
Well, we were just talking about potential arrests earlier today. So do I know a good place? I don't know. Where would I hide it? I've never thought of that before. Probably, there's a lot of nooks and crannies in the mountains here. So I think it depends on access as most things do around here. I could probably show you a couple spots if you come down to visit.
All right. It sounds like a plan.
I don't want to give anyone, away my hiding spots in Revelstoke. They're pretty sacred.
Right. So it's near the hydroelectric dam, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Just put them in the water and I'm kidding. Oh,
that's great.
Tell me something you're afraid of. I think I kind of got that from snakes. So, but still, anything else?
Yeah. Other than snakes, I feel like large spiders are also a big fear. And I have a moment. There's always a moment. I'm getting better about being on planes, but there was a moment in my life where I was terrified about being on a plane. I'm getting a lot better at that. But there's a point at the takeoff and especially the landing where I'm like, okay, buckle down. Things are happening. When I'm in the air, totally fine. Nothing bad could ever happen up there, but it's always the takeoff and the landing that I'm like, oh God, this is bad. Yeah, I think, you know what would be worse? Massive snakes on a plane right there.
There you go.
Yeah. Two of my fears combined.
Yeah. Don't be traveling on some of these international flights for sure. I mean, US and Canada, I'm thinking you're okay, but some of the other ones that like in Florida here, I don't know where they came from. In Miami, they're like, yes, there is a snake found on a plane. I'm like, really? Who's bringing snakes on the plane? Like, you're crazy.
That's wild. Samuel L. Jackson's bringing snakes on a plane, that's for sure.
Oh, so would you go to karaoke with me?
Absolutely.
You might regret that. No.
In a heartbeat, I'd go for sure. What's your go-to karaoke song, Donna?
I don't really have a go-to karaoke song. I don't really go. Yeah, no, I try not to sing actually because, I'm kind of tone deaf and I may not be as bad as like, if we're on like the American Idol scale of like William Hung to Carrie Underwood, I could probably fall in the middle. Like I could carry a tune, but
that's good.
I just, there are people that we love to hear sing, and there are people that are like, okay, you can sing, it's okay, you can try, go for it. Like I'm in that range where I'm like, I'm okay. I'm not like everyone's gonna pay me to sing. Like, no, they're gonna pay me to not sing. They're gonna be like, here, let's let person sing. Here, I'm paying you $20. Let them sing. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
So, if you could be any person, Janis Joplin, Dolly Parton, or a position, CEO, president, prime minister, who or what would you want to be for the day and why?
Oh, for the day. Okay. That's a great question. I feel like I would be. Oh, it's so hard. I would like to be the president of a massive music festival, and I would put silent DJs in every single corner to appeal to different groups of people. Like we'd have a rock and roll silent disco and like a kids silent disco, and then we'd have like a soul R&B silent disco, and we'd just have like all these quiet little pockets, because sometimes music festivals can be very overwhelming with sound and like lots of visual and things like that. And I think I love silent discos. It's like my favorite place to hang out at a festival, is because it's pin quiet in there. And it's just the most weird, eerie, cool thing. So I think I would be the president or CEO of Music Festivals Canada. And I would put silent discos in every corner.
Love it. Love it. Oh, so do you have any words of wisdom you'd like to share or that you live by?
Oh, words of wisdom. Life is short. You can't take it with you. Live it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
Very true.
Short.
Absolutely true.
Enjoy that. Enjoy our time.
So do you have any touring coming up, or I know we talked about new songs and stuff, but what else is going on? Like, what else are you looking forward to this year? Maybe getting a new dog or something. I don't know, whatever. I only say oh, she left me. I think, no, she's over there. My dog, I think, left me. She was sitting on the other chair over here, like hanging out for the interview, and then she just got down. So
that's so funny. I did a really great tour through the Kootenays last summer, which was so much fun. But I think I'm going to just focus on music festivals this summer and do a little festival circuit. So I'm looking forward to that in the summertime and in the fall, and attending music festivals as well, because you get a lot of inspiration from other people's music and the energy that comes along with this beautiful package of everything that's all encompassing music. So yeah, I would like to, I really do want to go back to Tremblant Blues Festival, because that's one of my favorite, most inspiring places. So it always seems to kick songwriting into gear for me. But I think I'm going to have a summer of like beach time and like some reconnecting family time. And like, I feel like I've had a really busy 3 years with music, which has been so great. And it's such a passion that I feel like I want to go back to my roots and just jam with my parents and my brother-in-law and like sing with my family and kind of bring it back to grassroots. But I also want to take that venture to Nova Scotia. I've got some family in Nova Scotia, in Spring Hill. So I would like to maybe do a couple East Coast kitchen parties while I'm at it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So if you make your way to the US, you have to make sure you let us know. I know I'll be out on the West Coast for a while this spring and summer.
Great.
So all the way up to Washington, just before Canada, mind you. I'll just
you gotta just a little bit, a couple kilometers north, and it'll be so fun. You let me know when you get here.
I will do that. I have to get the puppies. Their little I think you can get now dog or animal passports or whatever. So I have to do that because someone told me that there was like going up and now I have a friend that's Canadian and she's like, oh, it's easy because I'm Canadian, but I'm like, okay, but I'm American. Bringing the dogs back, is that going to be like an issue? She's like, there have been a couple people that have had issues. I'm like, why? I have all my papers. I'm like, I don't know. So I'm like, so okay, we'll find out what everything is going on and make sure it's okay. So totally. We travel with the dogs, and of course they want to go to Canada too. They've been to national parks and Yellowstone. Absolutely. And they've seen Old Faithful go off, and just like kids with fur.
Yep, totally. Oh, I love that. That's so cool.
All right. Well, when I do get to Canada, I will let you know for sure.
Please do. When I get to Florida, I'm giving you a call, Donna. Giving you a call.
Yes, ma'am. We'll go to the beach and we won't swim with sharks.
And we'll go to karaoke.
Yes, we'll do that. Oh, thank you, friends, for joining us for another episode. Make sure you go check out the links below and follow all of May's socials, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.